Hello YouTube, my name is DJ. I'll be your host here at DOOMSDAY Ballistics. First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show. It's very much appreciated. I've been wanting to start this channel for a while. Finally found the time to, and couldn't really understand what took me so long. But I'm here for you now. The whole purpose behind DOOMSDAY Ballistics is to give a certain insight on weapons and firearms and what role they play in a home defense or survival situation, and to show what is or isn't that plausible. I plan on running certain simulations and tests, such as penetration, and essentially showing you what does and doesn't work in what certain situations. So I guess before we do that, I gotta show you what I got. So we're gonna start off with a gun collection video. Now, I wanna state that I personally bought all of these firearms that I'm going to show you. I am in no way sponsored or supplied from anyone else. These are my firearms that I purchased with my own money. Every gun has been cleared. There is no ammunition in any magazine or a chamber. So I'm going to show you what I have and talk about what I've done to those firearms, and we'll go from there. I'll do it in the order that I purchased the firearms. The first gun that I purchased was a handgun. I got it. These are all birthday presents to myself. Every year I like buy myself a present. Here lately, they've been guns. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with stocking up on protection. So, let's show you the handgun. This is the CZ83. It's my baby, my firstborn. Let me show you. No bullets in the magazine. Gun is clear, visual check, physical check, no bullets in there. I've had this gun for a couple of years. Safe direction. This is my baby. It's my everyday carry. And it was either this or I believe it was an F&M pistol that I was gonna get. That's my first gun. And I had the F&M in my hand. Didn't really care for it. It was real big and blocky. It also had a, what's that called? Plastic frame, polymer. A polymer frame. I'm not a big fan of polymer on my guns, you know. So this one is all metal frame. I love it. It may be a little bit more heavy, which that should only concern you if you're weak. This is a 380 auto. Now, a lot of you may hate on 380 autos. I don't understand it. You know, it may not be as loud or hard hitting or popular as the 9mm, which was, I think, the F&N I was looking at, but in my mind, a bullet's a bullet. You put that bullet and you know how to control your firearm properly, you will be able to put that bullet where you need it to go. If it goes where it needs to go, it's going to stop your problem. Granted, this isn't the gun you're going to use to shoot through concrete or probably even several barriers. But in a self-defense situation, you're walking down the street, you know, all you really need is a little 22. You're able to be in close proximity to whoever is harassing you or whatever animal is charging at you. As long as you can put that bullet where it's supposed to go, it's going to do what it's supposed to do, and that is eliminate your threat. So it being a 380 didn't really have any concern to me, you know. I saw it, I liked it. Now, it didn't come with these wood grips. When I bought it, it had these plastic grips on it. The ones it had on it, they were white, which was one of the reasons why it caught my eye. Because it was like the only gun in the store that had a specialty grip, I guess you can say. Everything was either all polymer or it was all black. There's nothing wrong with black. It also had black grips that it came with, and I would, before I got the wood ones, I would swap it with the white and black ones, and I use the black ones more than the white ones because the white one is just really flashy. But the red wood is my signature. I plan to get it on most of my guns, if not all my guns if possible. I wanted to get some night sights for it. I'm having trouble finding those. Maybe if you know of where to get CZ83 night sights, you can let me know in the comments below. But right now, I just have some phosphorus paint painted on my sights. Glow on, if you will. And it's nice. I mean, you step outside in the sun and it starts lighting up. You can see it while you're outside. It's pretty cool. And once you go inside into a darker place, they're bright, very bright. But it only lasts a couple hours. So maybe like 2.5 hours. And then it goes back to just this, when it's not illuminated, it's just white paint. So you can see 3 white dots. This is my baby. Now every gun has a name. They are very close to me. This is Charmaine, my firstborn. Charmaine. Never knew anyone named Charmaine, just liked the name. I saw the gun, that was it. Named it right off the bat. Later on, I want you to post in the comments which name do you like the best out of the guns I'm going to show you. Give me your opinion on it. Possibly what you would have named her. There's really not much else you can do other than replacing the sights, Yeah, you can get a trigger for it, but I'm just gonna keep it how it is. It came with 4 mags, so I have plenty of magazines. This will always hold a certain spot in my heart. I don't regret going and I don't regret, not getting that 9mm F&N. I think it was an F&N. I don't know. But again, it had a polymer frame, and I'm not really a big fan of that. I like how chunky and heavy this feels, It's my baby. So that was this is the first gun I ever bought. CZ83, 380 auto. It's a wonderful gun. Runs like an engine. I've never had any problems with it. It cycles like it's supposed to. The only time I really did have a problem with it cycling is when I first got it. I didn't really know much about guns. I didn't know that you can't keep bullets in your magazine forever. See, when I first got it, I loaded up the magazine. I always kept the bullets in the magazine and the gun. I walked around with it like that. I slept with it like that. I was around it. I went to work when it was at home and it was loaded, What that does is that wears out the spring in your magazine. So it loses its tension and then it can't properly feed your bullets right. So since I learned that, I change magazines. I give each magazine time to breathe, essentially. Apparently what I've read online is that you shouldn't have a magazine fully loaded no more than 6 months, I believe is what it said. Which I don't even do it that long anymore. Now that I know that, I cycle it pretty frequently. I got these grips. Online too. I don't remember the name of the store. I want to say that I got it from this place called Marshall Grips. I think that's what I was looking at. The grip itself was like $80 to $100 for both. I either got it off of there or Amazon. I don't know. I don't remember. It could have been the Amazon one because it was cheaper, to be honest with you. But they do their thing. It fits perfectly. It's got, this is a ambidextrous safety, which is very important too, because what if my right hand gets thrown out? What if I can't use my right hand? I need to be able to operate that gun ambidextrously, which is another con of the other gun that I was looking at when I first purchased this. It only had the safety and your slide stop on one side, which, yeah, the slide stop's on one side on this gun, but it had ambidextrous safety. Very important. A lot of people don't pay attention to that when they buy guns. So that was the CZ83, firstborn, caliber 9 Browning Court, also known as 380 auto. Next I got my my personal favorite out of what I own. If you're not drinking water, drink some water. It's the best stuff on earth. It's what supplies us with life. But this is my favorite. This was the second gun I bought. And I was like, well, now I got the handgun, I need a rifle. I did a lot of researching on what type of rifle I wanted and what was the best. Not necessarily the best, but the most plausible in a survival situation, or what was going to run without as much maintenance. Not saying that I don't maintain my guns. I clean them even when I don't shoot them, just because I enjoy playing with the guns, looking at the guns, touching the guns. But I did a lot of research, and you know, playing Call of Duty, you always have your favorite gun that you sport with. And when I was playing Call of Duty, you know, I didn't really pay attention to this gun that I got. Didn't really like it. It was too much. Didn't like how it looked. Didn't like how it shot. But then I actually started researching it and found out that it's a very reliable system. So it came down to AR or AK-47. I guess you can see or guess which one I went with, because I'm talking about dependability and engines running. So that brings me to my second one. The AK. This is Lucille. Serbian red furniture. First of all, let me show you that she is clear. There's no bullets or ammunition in the magazine. Nothing in the chamber. So this is Lucille. Lucille is my baby. And again, while doing all that research, you know, I was like, well, now that I've decided AK over AR, which AK do I get? It didn't take long from studying to learn that the Zastava M70 was the way to go. It's got a stamp receiver, bolt stringing, and the safety has a slot that holds your bolt carrier in place so that you can walk around, show that the gun is unloaded. And it has the red furniture, which is my style. Now, these guns are very particular because you can't just put any AK part on it. You have to buy certain parts, such as your stock, your sight, and your hand grip and hand guards. Everything is Zastava Special. You know, you can't just slap someone else's brand on there, or their style. Like, you can't put an AKM part on this. They have different fittings, which I thought I was going to have a lot of trouble finding parts for this gun. Not necessarily. You type in the internet, M70 this, M70 that, you'll find the part. So, this is 7.62 by 39, AK-47. I'll go down the list and tell you the additions I made on this rifle. First things first, we got a sling. This is custom. You're not gonna find this anywhere else. Mama made this for me. Gave her size dimensions, picked out the colors. She did me right. Mama knows. After the sling, we got the stock. This stock is the Fab Defense GK Mag stock. Now, the stock itself isn't specific to Zastava, but you have to get the adapter to put a AR style, M4 style stock onto it. So you put the adapter on your gun, you thread your stock into the adapter. Now you got a stock that adjusts, moves back and forth. I picked this one, this stock, because it can hold another mag. Again, that mag is clear. I'm not really a fan of this. Like I said, I don't really like polymer, and this mag has failed on me a couple times. It does not feed properly. I don't know if that's the spring, I don't know if that's the material, but I already didn't like plastic on my shit. So, I think that's a, what is this, a 5 or 10 round mag? But I picked that because that's the ultimate plus. Having spare ammunition readily available to you already on your rifle without having to dig off your vest, and it's right there. One fluid motion, take it off, snap, boom, you got it. So you got the magazine that's in the gun and the magazine that's on stock. Both are empty, it showed you that. So we got the sling, we got the adapter, then we got the stock. Well, it actually came with the grip, the pistol style grip. Now it was black. I painted it because I am an artiste. I mixed the colors to get as close as possible to match that red furniture. And I got pretty darn close. I'm proud of it. It's clean. It's holding up nice. Doesn't scuff, scratch. After we got the stock, the adapter, and all that jazz, the next thing was the scope. And it took me so long to decide on what I wanted, whether it be a red dot and magnifier or a first focal plane, second focal plane scope, full-on scope. Not only that, I was trying to decide on what I wanted between those two different categories, but Zastava has a specific mounting system that is different from other AKMs. Now, your AK-47, SKS, Dragunov type rifles have a rail system on the side of the frame. The receiver of your firearm. And since it was a different style than your average AKM, it took me a while to decide if I wanted to get the Zastava brand mount, and then attach a red dot on that, which would have sat right above the dust cover here. But after doing a lot of digging, I like originality, and I wanted it to represent as much as a standard AK. When they first started being issued to the military. In Russia, when they started first using them, they used these scopes, PSOs, POSP, and POs, and I saw those and I fell absolutely in love with them because it was exactly what I was wanting, that original AK-47 look. This sight I got offline. Texas Precision Optics was the brand. This is their 3x9 by 32, I believe. It does have an illuminated reticle. It originally had just a silicone floppy cap that sat on there and you could take it off and it would hang. I didn't really like that. I didn't want it hanging and dangling while I'm running or trying to shoot, and so I bought this flip-up cap. Happy with the flip-up cap, works perfectly. You got your windage, elevation, and zoom. And your illuminated reticle on and off button. But I was very scared that the mount system wasn't going to work for Zastava. And I jumped out on the limb, ordered it offline, 3x9 by 24, sorry. I went on a limb, ordered it offline, and it worked. It worked, and I'm happy with that. I was either going to have to replace this bottom mount part with a different system or return it and find something else, but it worked. Texas Precision Optics, 3x9 by 24. Now, another reason why I wanted this type of scope is because you're able to use your scope and continue to use your iron sights. Your scope is not blocking your iron sights. I don't know if you can see that view, but the scope is offset from the gun. It's kind of to the side of it, hence that side rail. Now the Zastava brand mount, it comes all the way over the gun. Kind of sits over those iron sights. Doesn't block them, but you still have to look underneath. But with this, you go to the side a little bit, there's your scope. Boom, boom. It's got about a 3 to 3.5 inch eye relief, which is amazing. You know, you don't want your scope hitting you in your face as you're trying to fight recoil. Like I said, I love the redwood furniture. I will never replace the wood furniture on it unless I were to get a red dome. Nothing wrong with the dome. I would like to have, you know, some sense of feeling to where I can support my hand and pull and push the gun away at the same time to help control that recoil. But a lot of people, they'll hold their guns like this, and I can do that. They'll hold their guns with their thumb over the gas tube and the barrel, like so. But you can't do that and look through your iron sights because your thumb covers it. So if you were to get something like that, You can still use both. And I'll only change that if I can find a red dog that is M70 compatible. I did put that same glow-on phosphorus paint on my iron sights, but I guess I there's nothing for them to sit on in here. You know, on the pistol there are indentions, and the paint sat in those indentions. But this back sight and this post, they're flat. There's nowhere for the paint to go into. It's just painted on the surface. So I guess I bumped and rubbed and the paint's gone now. So that's not something that you can do and stay there on your rifle. This is my second born, Lucille. My favorite out of what I have so far. Now granted, I told you my gun collection isn't as massive as a lot of other people's that you see on YouTube, and just know we're gonna get there. But this is really cool. This is one of the reasons why I bought it. This model is because it's one of the only brands that come with a clean rod attached to the rifle. You know, it gives another aesthetic, having that extra mass there, rather than it just being the barrel. You cannot have a bayonet on this. It doesn't have the bayonet lug. I've thought about gunsmithing it, going somewhere and having someone making it somewhat compatible. We're gonna get there in due time. That's my baby Lucille. Zastava, M70, 7.62 by 39. AK-47. Yugo pattern. Not Russian, not Bulgarian. Yugoslavian, Serbian. One of the things I guess the only thing that I don't like about this firearm is that on your receiver, it says, read owner's manual before use, and that should be a given. If you're buying a gun, you should read the literature on what you just bought and know how to safely use and maneuver with it. So I felt like that was just unnecessary to put on the gun. Originally, this came with a fixed, I keep putting it down when I talk about it. That's how much I love this thing, because you just can't stop looking at it, you know? It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It originally came with a skeletonized fixed triangle stock. And I didn't really like it because it was pure metal. That was one of the reasons why I did and didn't like it. I liked it because it was metal. I love metal. I don't like plastic. But it was so cold when you put your cheek on it. I just didn't like that. And it had it went at a slant. So it wasn't flat like this is. You were even lower from your iron sights, so you had to look just a little harder. You know, you had to reach for your iron sights just a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. Zastava M70, Lucille, chrome line barrel. It's one of the perks of it. So, we went through my first gun I bought, my second gun I bought. Now, last but not least, we're going to show you the third part of the collection. See, I'm going in categories, you know. I didn't want to stock up on handguns, not have something that I can shoot at long range, or just have all rifles, not have something that I can carry with me. So we're doing this in categories. We're being smart about it. We're not crowding ourselves on one particular type of firearm. And this one I'm about to show you is indeed considered a firearm. Here's my baby. Mossberg 590 Shockwave. 12 gauge shotgun. 12 gauge firearm, I'm sorry. I'm gonna show you that it's clear. There's no shell in the chamber. Safety off. The safety was on this one. Safe direction. We're good. Now, this is considered a firearm and not a shotgun because of the overall length of it. It's under a certain regulation that it's not considered a shotgun. I remember playing my first visualization of a gun like this was playing Uncharted. And on Uncharted, this gun is called your Mossberg. But it's just a moss on that game. But anyway, apparently, if you were to change this grip and put a stock on it, a pistol grip, it would be illegal. The way it's made is the way it's supposed to stay. You'd have to file extra paperwork to get this considered as a short-barreled shotgun. This is not a short-barreled shotgun. This is a firearm because of the length of it and that raptor grip. These come in 12 or 20 gauge. I got the 12, obviously. You want I wanted the most out of my buck, you know. If I wanted to, I'm sure I could put an extension tube on it. I don't necessarily dig that. It holds 5+1. I think that if you're running a shotgun, that should be all you need is one. You know, like I said, if you put that bullet, that shell where it's supposed to go, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. It has on your forend here a strap to protect your hand from passing the barrel, getting shot off. Very nice feature. That's stock. I do plan to replace this, and when I do, I will make a video and show you what I get. The only thing I got for this gun so far is the side saddle and top rail. Side saddle holds 6 shells. You got your 1 in the chamber, 5 in there, an extra 6 right there. That should be more than enough shells to get you through your survival, life or death situation. It does have a rail on top. The rail is optional. You don't have to have the rail and the side saddle came together. I ordered them together, but they are not attached. I can just have the side saddle, or I can just have the rail if I wanted to. I got them both on there just because I like the way the rail looks, and I can see the sight bead in front, in between the rail system. I do not plan on putting a red dot or a sight on that. If anything, I'll put a laser on it. I don't know, I haven't decided that yet. I don't necessarily think that that is needed because I know where I'm pointing. As long as I aim it right and put it where it's supposed to go, the bullet's gonna do, the shells are gonna do what it's supposed to do. Now, it does have a sling. It does have sling compatibility. If I wanted to, I can put a sling on it. I'm just going to get, that's another reason why I got this, is because I wanted a backpack shotgun, something to be able to pull out and have real quick. Nothing that was so ginormous. I didn't want a 4-foot freaking gun. Other than that one, that's my baby. I didn't want like a 3 or 4 foot shotgun. I wanted something compact that I can carry around, scrape paint off the wall, and in some way conceal. This is concealable. If you really wanted to, it'd go down your whole leg. It'd sit on your whole entire arm in your jacket, or fit in your backpack if you have a big enough backpack. But I wanted to be able to carry this and it not be ginormously heavy, since, say I was in a survival situation, I would have a pistol, a rifle, and a shotgun. Well, I didn't want both the rifle and the shotgun hanging on my back being the same length and the same weight holding me down. So I got something that, again, I did a lot of research on this too. It was either the Benelli M4, which is a great gun, don't get me wrong, or this. And this one, not only for the aesthetic of it, but because I wanted something smaller and compact. If I could, I'd replace the grip for a wood grip. I originally wanted to change the forend for a wood forend, but certain things have came to light, other possibilities, and you're gonna find out what those possibilities are later on once I buy that part. Don't think I told you her name. This is Valerie. Valerie, my third born. 12 gauge, firearm. Love this girl. Everywhere I go, I take at least one firearm with me. Unless I'm at work, of course. Shouldn't bring firearms to your workplace. But also, since this is considered a firearm and not a shotgun, you can take this pretty much anywhere you can take a pistol, a handgun, if you will. Certain laws on shotguns, but since this is a firearm, it says that on the box, the paperwork you get with the box, explains the regulation behind it. Not that you can carry it everywhere you can, a pistol, but that it's not considered a shotgun, and that if you replace that grip with a pistol grip that goes underneath it in the stock, you will go to Big Boy Jail. Well, if you wanted to do that, you at least have to file the paperwork. Let me correct myself. Which I don't plan on doing, because this grip was one of the reasons why I bought this gun. Now, shooting this is a lot of fun. My only thing that I'm gonna have to do to make it more comfortable to shoot is to get some sort of rubberized grip on there, because when you shoot it, if you don't have a tight enough grip, your hand slides into that safety that's on top, and that safety will cut you. I have been cut almost every time I've shot this firearm. Not because I'm not holding it strong enough, but just because it takes a lot. Granted, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, especially if you're just shooting birdshot. But if you shoot some buckshot out of this, it's gonna kick. And it's gonna knock back. So when I bought it, I was expecting recoil to be something serious. It's more just, it's manageable. This is the Mossberg Shockwave 590. They had it available in like a coyote tan, khaki, or black, and I had to get black. Wasn't feeling that khaki. So anyway, those are my firearms. If you're not drinking water, you need to be. That's the source of life. It's one of the main things that keep our world going round, other than having things to protect what makes our world go round. I plan to show you any updates I do with these firearms, and I thank you again for watching. If you, like I said, I purchased these firearms. Nobody gave these to me. I'm not sponsored by any gun company or anything. These are my guns. I bought with my own money. If you'd like to collab, go shooting, or give me certain drills to run, send me a message, comment in the comments, and hopefully I'll be able to run that test with one of these firearms and see if it can hold up to the test. Like I said, the purpose of this channel is to show you what is and isn't plausible in a survival setting. And if that's a torture test or penetration or distance, I plan to make it happen. We're gonna constantly be adding to our collection in order to provide different tests for you. Again, we got 380 auto, 7.62 by 39, 12 gauge. My three girls, Charmaine, Lucille, and Valerie. They stay with me everywhere. Anyway, I can talk about these guns forever. I feel like you can probably watch me forever if I let you. But I'm grateful to be able to do this, to live in a country where we have the right to own firearms. I personally live in an open carry state, so I bring it everywhere, you know? I love that, right? I exercise it every day. Because you never know. I live in the middle of the woods. It could be a bear, it could be a wolf, fox. It could be somebody thinking that my house is ducked off enough and nobody's gonna hear him break into my house in the middle of the night. Well, I got something for him. He's gonna meet one of these girls. I've shot all of these guns, but I have yet to go to a gun range, and we're gonna change that pretty soon. Hopefully, not hopefully, I will get some footage of that and show you how they run at a gun range. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is DJ. It's been a pleasure. I could do this all day, but I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for watching Doomsday Ballistics. We'll see you next time. And also, if you want to help support the channel, help support me in this path of sharing knowledge and insight on firearms and the role they play in our survival and defense, then I don't do Patreon, I don't ask for handouts, but I do sell art. As I said earlier, I am an artist. I will leave you links of where to find that art. And I also am selling Doomsday Ballistics t-shirts and hats, if you'd rather go that route. Everything's appreciated. Again, like I said, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I do this myself. If you want to help the cause and help me out to help you out, that's how you can do it. Paintings, t-shirts, hats. Thank you. I'm DJ with Doomsday Ballistics. I hope you've had fun. I know I have. I can do this forever. Much love. Be safe. Be strong. Thank you.